So the first model of memory that we're going to look at is the multi-store model of memory. This is probably the oldest model of memory, and it was very influential in creating huge amounts of research, and a lot of what we know about memory today stems from this model. So the multi-store model of memory is based on the idea that there are 3 stores within our memory. Now the first one is called sensory memory, and it's into this store that all environmental information comes. So whether that is through vision, whether it's through hearing, any of our senses, all the information around us goes into sensory memory. However, we're not aware of all of this information. The only bits that we're aware of are those bits that we pay attention to. And if we pay attention to something, it goes into short-term memory. So to use an example, you might walk the same route to school every single day, you might take the same bus journey, but if you were asked sort of to describe in detail that route as you walk along, very often you won't remember maybe what the houses look like when you pass them, or sort of where the nearest post box is, unless it's something you've actually paid attention to. So all that environmental information that you pass on your walk to school goes into sensory memory, but because you have no reason to pay attention to it, it almost immediately exits sensory memory and doesn't get passed to short-term memory. So information that does get passed to short-term memory stays there for a short amount of time, and we can keep it in there longer by rehearsing it. So maintenance rehearsal is repeating it over and over again, and by doing that we can keep things in short-term memory. Now the third store within the multi-store model of memory is long-term memory, and it's if we rehearse something enough, or if we use elaborative rehearsal, which is when you add depth of meaning to the thing that you want to remember, then that information passes into long-term memory, where it will stay for much longer. So you can go and have a look at the pre-reading if you want a bit more information about the multi-store model of memory. But before you come into the lesson, make sure you can draw the multi-store model from memory, including the processes involved in transferring information, and explain the multi-store model of memory in words, so using all the key terminology correctly.